Welcome back to D20 Tactics. On this channel, I play Dungeons & Dragons with my friends, and we explore combat scenarios and play out the tactics used to defeat monsters quickly and safely, giving you more time to get back to roleplaying. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Sarson Zero, and today I'm joined by Fear No Equal, AzureWolf, BlindOracle, and LongFish. Together, we'll run through typical battles that adventurers might see playing Dungeons & Dragons. This is the sixth and final encounter in the Undead Temple, so if you missed the start, you can find a link to it in the description below. Grab your dice, draw your sword, and let's jump into combat. So these are shadows. Shadows are probably the most underrated challenge in the monster manual. They're CR 1/2, but they do strength drain, and if they strength drain someone, they can kill somebody, just flat out kill them if the person's strength drops to 0. They have shadow stealth, which is not going to be practical or helpful in this fight. They have amorphous, so they can squeeze through a space as narrow as 1 inch wide without squeezing, so they're almost impossible to choke point. They have sunlight weakness, which is not going to matter in this. They're also resistant to pretty much every type of damage except magical. They are vulnerable to radiant damage, though, so that'll be helpful. They also have a whole bunch of condition immunities. Shadows are incredibly dangerous. I threw them in as the last fight to see how you guys handle it, what tactics should be used to fight these, other than just running away. But since I put you here, this is what we're going to do. Cleric, what do you have for hit points?
Still at full, 19 out of 19.
How many spells you got left?
1 out of 3.
Any consumable abilities available in this fight?
Channel Divinity,
What's currently in hand?
Warhammer, and Shield.
Wizard, what do you got for hit points?
14. I have used up my arcane recovery for the day. 2 out of 3 spell slots have been used, because I would like to cast Protection from Good and Evil on the fighter.
That gives disadvantage on attack rolls against it. So you're going to cast that at the start of the fight. What do you got in hand?
Arcane Focus.
Rogue, hit points.
14 out of 15. I've got sneak dice for days. No spells. Holding the short bow.
After that, we go to the fighter. Hit points.
18 of 20. No action surge, but I do have my second wind. I've got my maul, since I don't have any magical damage.
And let's take a look at the terrain layer. So you have a bunch of types of terrain, a bunch of boxes, barrels that cause difficult terrain. You have this altar thing here, which is difficult terrain. As usual with difficult terrain, if you move into it, counts as double, but moving out of it is normal. And then in the back here, you have dangerous terrain. For the lava is 2d6 damage if you move into it. So let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Tactics.
Let's tactic.
I'm so bad at this game.
You know, I use a lot of d20s, but there's this other part of the channel name.
It's almost like, I don't know, 2/3 of the channel title. Yeah, what do you got?
So this is the time that someone should use that vial of holy water.
Yes.
Yes.
This is what we use that for.
Rogue, do you want it? I'm terrible at throwing stuff.
I'm not any good with it either.
I am going to be less effective than we are traditionally used to. Essentially going to be swinging a d6 plus 1 for damage after the reduction. That said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Do you guys each want like a vial of holy water? Because I have 2.
I have a -1 to my dex, so I would say, oh, you know what? Yeah, give me that. Because if I take too many hits on my strength, I'm going to have worse than -1 to my strength.
So 1 vial of holy water to the fighter, 1 vial of holy water to the rogue.
Yep.
Interesting. What else? Any other tactics that you guys are going to try?
I would say Sacred Flame is a please try.
Yeah, Sacred Flame is huge. This is going to be our turn undead fight.
Are these things fast? They move 30, right?
No, they move 40.
They are fast, they don't care about us, and they're going to be on the back line almost instantly.
They move fast, they don't slow down, highly mobile. They're good in melee attacks.
The upside of that is they're gonna melee us. That turn undead could be very valuable. Concentrate fire to take down as much of their action economy as we can. We turn undead just as soon as they're all in range, which is probably Cleric's first or second move, depending on whether they go before you.
I can Magic Missile one of them. Hopefully we'll get good enough to drop one of them.
That's good stuff.
If that's that, let's go ahead and roll up initiative. Who has higher than a 20? I got a 22. Who has between a 20 and a 15?
18.
Who's got between a 15 and a 10?
14 on the wizard.
Rogue is a 12.
Cleric also has a 12.
And what'd you get for the owl?
A 9.
The shadows. You guys are not in the room. You haven't opened the door yet. If I bunch up, you get to hit them all early. I'm going to move this guy to here, this guy to here, this guy to here, this guy to there. Shadows are going to dodge, because why not? You're not going to walk into reaction, so they'll just dodge. Fighter.
I'm just gonna move up to that nearest shadow, I think, and start swinging. That'll be a 14 to hit.
14 hits.
For a total of 10 damage, half to 5.
Wizard.
Alright, trying to think, is it best to focus all of them on one or try to kill that one?
Focus the one I'm targeting.
Well, this is basically magic missile, so I'm going to hit it no matter what.
Move out, magic missile, and move back.
Yeah, the first one's 4. That's also a 4. That is a 2.
10 points of damage. One of the things shadows are not resistant to is force damage, and that's what this is. Then the wizard is going to move back. No bonus action, I imagine, so I'm going to go into the rogue.
Bonus action, hide. I'm hoping you're the tradition of it doesn't have eyeballs, therefore it's bad if this continues. Does a 10 get me there?
Their passive perception is a 10. A 10 does not get.
Alright. Drat. Okay. Sure. Move out and attempt to shoot the shadow at disadvantage. This is a terrible shot, but you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. 16 with disadvantage.
16 with disadvantage is going to connect.
D6 plus 3. 6 total. Piercing damage, so half to 3.
Half to 3. He only has 1 hit point left, so he drops. Or disintegrates or whatever.
Sweet. And then we will scuttle back.
That's the rogue. After the rogue is the cleric.
I think I can get to the right underneath the circular barrel.
Scuttle in there, dwarf.
Yeah, pop my channel divinity, turn on dead.
And that's going to hit all 3 of them. That guy's going to fail his wisdom save. He gets a 6. This one is 17, so it passes. And this one, a 12. And a 12 fails, right?
DC 13, yeah, so 12 fails.
That's an action. You got a bonus action?
No.
Ow.
Can I get to the one that's not turned? And the roof is high enough to where I can fly up afterwards, right?
Yeah, because you could fly to him at above his head, attack down from a diagonal, and then fly straight up, putting a 5-foot gap in between you.
That's what I want to do.
And I guess you have 5-foot square you can go somewhere. You want to go like here?
Sure.
That's the owl, so it's going to go to this guy. He
wants to swim in the lava.
Does he? Because on the one hand, I feel that's semi-advantageous for you, and then also semi-not advantageous, because as soon as he takes damage, he's no longer turned.
If a creature would not run off a cliff from a turn, I don't think it'll run into lava from a turn.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it would probably get behind the thing.
Hide behind the altar.
Yeah, he can go to there.
And then dodge.
And this guy's going to go to here and dodge. And then this one's going to try to kill that cleric. Move over stuff if I want to. And we're going to make the attack roll. So this is a strength drain attack, melee weapon attack. He gets an 8 to hit you.
Nope.
Fighter.
I'm just going to move in, take a swing at him. I've got a 23.
Hits.
Again, 10 damage total, 5 damage.
Anything else for the fighter?
No, I'm going to stay here.
Wizard.
Let's move in and Ray of Frost. 14 on the die.
Even with some cover that's going to get it.
That's a 3 total of frost damage.
3 points of cold damage, so that'll turn into 1 point of cold damage. Move back, Wizard.
Yeah. Keep my distance.
Rogue.
We're going to do the same thing, but I'm going to take the bonus action to hide. Yep, halfling luck kicks in for a total of 13 on the reroll.
That is higher than their perception.
Perfect. And attacking with advantage. A 9 is not going to do it.
Indeed, it will not. Move back.
Yep.
Cleric.
I'm gonna try Sacred Flame for more damage.
Dex save. I'm going to get a 5, so that's failed.
1d8 for a 3 doubles up to a 6 radiant damage. That's me.
Ow.
Same thing. Move in, swoop down, aggravate the heck out of him, fly back up.
Shadow's turned. I'm not going to get any further away from you, so I'm going to dodge. This shadow's going to attack. It's still protected, so I'm going to go for the cleric. I'm going to get a 10. That's going to miss.
Yep.
This shadow dodges. Fighter.
Attacking with advantage. That is a 15.
Hits.
For 8 damage, goes to 4.
8 goes to 4, and that is lethal to a shadow.
Woo.
Anything else for the fighter? You got movement.
I'm going to move to the one in the corner that we're all near. We'll just beat that one down first. Put me on the angle to him.
Wizard.
Actually, I don't even think I need to move now. So, yeah, I will hold to when he becomes hostile to fire a Ray of Frost at him.
Sounds good. After that is the rogue.
I was going to say, selfishly, can I ask the wizard to take 1 step forward?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Bonus action to hide behind the wizard. 20. Are we ready for me to break this?
Go for it.
You could hold as well.
He can't break it. Only the shadow can break it by choosing not to dodge in his next turn, which he will do if he takes damage.
Right.
Yeah, but we'll break turn undead at that point.
But maybe the rogue wants to wait until after the turn undead is broken. You can certainly do the damage. I think your damage potential is higher if you shoot at it while it's not dodging versus someone like the cleric who does the same amount of damage regardless.
Correct. That's correct.
No, I think we still want to hit it before its turn. Otherwise, we're stuck on that dodge.
Yeah, I think the cleric wants to try to hit it on its turn. I think that's the time to do it. So you're going to prep?
Yeah, prep an action that if that shadow becomes hostile, I will shoot at that shadow.
After that goes to the cleric.
Move me 4 squares to the left.
Okay, you just imposed cover for your rogue. You want to go here?
Sure. And I'm gonna Sacred Flame the shadow.
Passes the save.
If I go closer to them, they have to run away.
If they can. Owl.
Yeah, the owl's going to come in and give the advantage loop that we've been doing.
And then where's he going after that?
Up if he's able to, and kind of off.
The shadows are going to dodge because it's their turn. Fighter.
And now with neither advantage nor disadvantage, I'm just going to go ahead and try and break this. Mostly because if I don't break it, they're just going to waste their actions. My teammates, that is, are still going to be working against a dodging target, but I'm not going to hit. That's a, oh, maybe that's a 12.
12 hits.
For 6 damage, turns to 3.
He is hostile. Wizard, do you want to take your shot at him? He still is dodging.
15 with disadvantage.
15 with disadvantage hits.
6 points of frost.
6 turns to 3. Rogue, do you want to take your shot with disadvantage?
My reaction shot be cancelled out because I'm still hiding.
That's certainly true. Just no sneak.
Yeah, we'll take the shot. 21.
21 will indeed hit.
For 4 points of damage.
4 turns to 2. That was the fighter's turn. Wizard,
Still with disadvantage. That is a 12.
that will hit.
That's 4 points of cold.
4 points of cold turns into 2 points of cold.
Death by 1,000 tiny cuts.
Yeah. Rogue,
Same action loop as before. Hide action. 26 to hide.
26 will do it.
And then attack, not at advantage or disadvantage. That's a 23 to hit
Indeed.
for 6 points of damage.
6 turns to 3. Cleric.
Sacred Flame again.
I got an 8. That's a failure.
7 doubles to 14.
That is lethal.
Goodbye, Shadow.
Yeah, I'll move towards the last shadow.
Ow.
Moving.
Dude is full turn, so he's going to dodge. He can get further. Yeah, that's as far as he can go. And then call dodge. Fighter.
Dash to contact.
You should totally push him into lava.
Wizard.
Let's move closer.
Wizard, remember, he's got 40 movement. You may want to back up.
Yeah, I want to keep it at 60 range as far as I can. Over 1.
You just don't have the mobility to get there because that's a sharp corner. You can get on top of the box. You can go there.
Okay.
On box is always better than not on box.
King of Wizard.
Tall wizard is best wizard.
This is the inspiration for the fly spell right here. That's your movement. You got an action?
I think I still want to do the same thing. Hold the action until he becomes hostile for a Ray of Frost.
Rogue.
I have to move and then bonus action dash, but I would like to get behind the cleric. 1 more north for the diagonal. 1 left. Perfect. Thank you. And then we will take the hide action. 26.
That'll definitely do it. Cleric.
Sacred Flame.
He's going to get an 11, which is not going to do it. Go ahead and roll that damage.
7 again.
7 turns to a 14, and he has no longer turned, which triggers the wizard's readied action.
Dropping a 22 for a 13.
13 will miss with the cover from the fighter. Owl.
Strafe for me, Spooky.
Yep, get in there.
I've learned the lesson not to take unnecessary attacks of opportunity. We'll just try to go for this guy. I have disadvantage to hit you because you're protected from evil. So I'm going to cry about that 16 I rolled and tell you I got a 6 to hit.
Nope.
That was my shadow. Fighter.
Swinging with advantage. That is a 22.
That'll hit.
For a big ol' 7 goes to 3 damage.
That will absolutely do it. So that is lethal for a shadow.
Woo!
Nicely done.
All right, that's the 6th encounter. With all the shadows defeated, that's the final encounter in the Undead Temple. The players will now level up to level 3 and move on to the next dungeon. Next week, I'll release a video with all 6 encounters from the Undead Temple, and we'll talk about the particular challenges of the different encounters. Thank you for stopping by. I'm Saracen Zero, and I'll see you next time.